How's it going, guys? So today I've got another Foot Champs highlights video, but as you can tell by the title, this weekend I kind of switched it up a bit. Seeing as like the competitive season's pretty much over with now, well, especially with banning all not banning, suspending all the events because of the coronavirus and stuff. I decided to do a past present Man United team for the weekend league. Let's say it went pretty well. I streamed it all on Twitch, so make sure you go and drop my Twitch follow. I'm streaming like every day, pretty much, apart from like 1 or 2 days. I try and do a afternoon stream / evening as well, so about 2 streams a day, but if not, I always try and get at least 1 stream out a day. But to begin with, in goal we used David De Gea. Now obviously we could have used Peter Schmeichel, we could have used Van der Sar, but we ended up going with David De Gea just because we also needed to almost save some coins. Well, we didn't actually need to save coins, I'd say that. I had like 3.8 mil left over, but I needed more current Man United players in the team. Otherwise, it literally would have been just a past Man United team pretty much with 1 or 2 players in there. But at right back, we used Antonio Valencia. Now, this card is actually is a very, very good card. I'd recommend it if you can box him in with icons. As you can see by the stats there, they're pretty ridiculous. The only iffy part with him is his 80 agility, but for a fullback that's fine, and even going forward he's not even that bad. So our 2 centre-backs we used were Rio Ferdinand and Blanc. Now, Blanc wasn't at United for that long. As you can see here, he was only there for, he was there for 2 years, made 75 appearances. But it's either Blanc or you go with someone like Maguire or Lindelof, and to be honest, Laurent Blanc's just amazing. Look, you can see I played 225 games with him. Superb defender. And Rio Ferdinand, obviously been at United. Well, he was at United for 12 years, as you can see there, 455 appearances. Just a fantastic defender when he was playing, but also on game. Highly recommend him, to be honest, if you're looking for an icon centre back. At left back though, now this was a tough one because I couldn't personally find any past Man United fullbacks which were better than him, and it's either Luke Shaw or Brandon Williams, and Brandon Williams is a silver in this game. So as you can see, we ended up using Luke Shaw. Now, safe to say I was getting very frustrated with him, but he done a job, to be fair. And as you'll see from the highlights, a lot of people abused that wing because they saw I had Luke Shaw, but he was solid. It was solid enough. He done the job, and to be honest, this was probably the most fun I've had with a weekend league in a while, just because I used different sort of team compared to the meta, essentially. Well, don't get me wrong, this team's still very, very good, but it isn't there's some positions which are arguably non-meta and stuff. But at right mid though, we had George Best, as you see there, 11 years at United. Again, another fantastic card. I pretty much started the 4-4-2. I'll show you the tactics I used with it. My 2 centre mids now. Again, you're probably wondering where's Scholes, and I wanted to use Scholes, but like I said, with the De Gea situation, I needed more present Man United. Otherwise, it literally would have been a pass. And honestly, other than my one of my strikers, which you'll see, Bruno is the MVP for the weekend. He's so good. I'd highly recommend him. And now he's got a Player of the Month. Not sure how much it's worth, but I'd highly recommend doing him if you're looking for like a box-to-box sort of midfielder. Defensively, he's very, very solid. But even then, you see from the goal contributions, it's not even that bad. And Roy Keane, he's just the enforcer in the middle. He's so good defensively. Even going forward, he offers a slight threat in terms of the passing, the through balls and stuff like that. But again, fantastic card. I really enjoyed using Roy Keane. Left mid, I got the Europa League Martial, 87 rated, and obviously the goal return and assist isn't going to be as good if they're playing left mid as opposed to a left attacking mid in a 4-2-3-1. But he done well. He was good at isolating defenders and stuff like that, and also just getting the pass into the midfielder who then slots for a strike or something like that. I enjoyed him. Now my 2 strikers. My first one, Team Neo Ronaldo, and my next one, Ruud van Nistelrooy. Now, CR7, no explanation. Best card in the game, in my opinion. And he'll be featured in my next week's squad as well. So make sure you subscribe, and turn on the bell to get notified when they go live. And my second striker, Ruud van Nistelrooy. Now, he's a bit hit and miss. his finishing is phenomenal, as you'll see from the stats, but there are games where he does feel like a donkey. In bad gameplay, the 77 agility isn't ideal for a striker, but his finishing is amazing. It's Team Year Ronaldo standard, to be honest. And the 4-star weak foot, whereas his prime has the 3, the 4-star weak foot significantly helps, in my opinion, because then you get, I believe it's 80% of his current stats. So he ends up with like 80 odd finishing, or like, I don't know, like 78 whatever shot power, something like that, on his left foot, and it's still good. So, but yeah, he was a hit and miss card. And some on the bench, the main ones I subbed on were I subbed on Rooney a little bit, just mainly sometimes for Nistelrooy, but I also subbed on Agallo, and this Agallo card, man, he's so fun to use, especially if you're a United fan. He's a very, very fun card. I'd recommend him if you just want to have someone off the bench. Rashford got subbed on a little bit, not too much. For Martial on the wing, Lindelof in Nani. Again, he's just kind of a fun card, you know. United. Well, he done very well at United, didn't he? Obviously, 5-star, nice little card to come off the bench. Chong and Fred were just there to fill it up. I think Fred came on once. He was all right, and then just the reserves. You know, you got like your McKady, Hernandez, and stuff like that. But anyway, I'll probably split this up into 2 episodes. First being the first part of highlights, first 15, second being the next 15. But we'll see how long it'd be if I combined it. It'd probably be like half an hour. But either way, I'll catch you for the first game in just a sec. So, here's the first team we ended up playing against. I mean, it's decent-ish, but again, he has got Casemiro in there and Gold Aubameyang in March. So, questionable decisions. But as you can see, we take the lead there with Ronaldo. And one thing you'll probably notice is what I was on about with my team not being exactly meta. What I mean by that is my midfield. Quite often, well, it's a short midfield, isn't it? You've got Roy Keane and you've got Bruno Fernandes. They're not exactly the most physical players, so you often see they get like out strength and stuff. But as you can see there, we take the 3-0 lead with Ruud van Nistelrooy. But as I was saying, like he's clinical, but it's questionable at times. Like his agility and stuff. But we get a nice little goal there with Bruno. Don't get me wrong, we did get quite a bit of luck this weekend in terms of the bounces went our way and stuff like that. But we did get a very good finish, as you'll see at the end of the video. We'll work it out. So we're 1-0 at this point. Ruud van Nistelrooy gets the first goal. This guy just powers through. I think that's that Joe. You know, the one you could get for free or whatever from the objectives. He ends up making it 1-1. But we make it 3-1 here. I think I ended up just skipping out some goals in some games because, well, games we were comfortably getting wins in, I ended up just leaving a few out. But we make it 4-1, we get the rage quit. Next team, solid BPL. As Ronaldo has the ball here now, you'll probably notice as well, Ronaldo gets a load of these goals and he's probably the bully, but that's a nice little finish there from Ruud van Nistelrooy. He does get the scrappy goals at times as well, as you'll notice. But I think I worked it out. I think I played at least 5 verified players, if not more. And there's one opponent, one big opponent I faced, and you'll notice it when it comes to it. We'll talk about it. But Ruud van Nistelrooy gets the ball here. Nice little finishes. If you're looking at getting this Ruud van Nistelrooy, and right. If you want to have fun with the game, I'd recommend him. If you want a meta player, stay away. Buy a Ben Yedder or something. If you're looking for a meta one, as you see Cristiano, nice little pass to Agallo off the bench, and that is his first goal for the weekend league. I had to show it. I know I said I'll leave out some goals, but we get a nice little goal to seal the 7-0 win here. Into Ronaldo to Agallo. Agallo double off the bench, dink over the goalkeeper. There we go, game done. Next team we face, it's a solid team. I know you can't really see the right mids in these teams because my camera's blocking it. And even if I made my camera smaller or placed it elsewhere, this is all from my stream, to be honest, these recordings. So this is where my camera is on my streams. So yeah, it would make literally no difference. You still won't be able to see them, but I can always, let you know where they are. And for next week, I'll make sure you see the right mids. I already know what team I think I'm going to do next week. He regards someone I got in my icon pack. So hopefully I'll have another video about them sort of icon packs, because I'm opening another one tonight on stream, but I think the video's coming out on Tuesday, so I doubt you'll be able to see it in time, or well, you won't be able to see it in time, so we'll try and get that out with rewards. But again, rewards, that's dependent on what EA release, because we still don't know what they're going to do for rewards. People are speculating it's going to be like 1 to 23 or however many team of the weeks we had so far, just all in packs, but I can't see that really working out too well. As Van Nistelrooy gets the ball on the edge of the 18 into Ronaldo. Ronaldo's left foot is so underrated though. Ronaldo's left foot it feels like a 5-star weak foot, and it's always lovely to use. As you see, that's what I'm on about with Van Nistelrooy though, because he's got the pace, but sometimes he can't really turn. But them accelerated fake shots, if you get one with him there, no one's going to be able to catch him, as we make it 1-0 there with George Best. We find Ronaldo here and 2-0 within 6 minutes in game. Get a rage quit. Now this was our first team where I was like, blimey, right, calm down. I know we faced like a full icon team, well, near to a full icon team, but this team looked solid. It looked sweaty. That was my biggest concern. As we get it with Martial in the 23rd minute, we're on his left foot. I think he's got like 3-star weak foot or something like that, so I was a bit surprised, but we make it 1-0, and as he gets the ball here, plays it in. This goal. I conceded another one like that, I think, in this game, and he actually got a penalty, and he smashes it to the into the right hand side netting. Stunned. 51st minute though, we get it with Ruud van Nistelrooy, and again, what I was saying earlier about his finesse shot, it's so clinical, and if you get it with him, just hit it if you're gonna get him. I would, like I said though, I'd recommend it if you're looking for a fun striker. He will piss you off at times. He will make you go insane, but it's if you want to have fun or not. Like as Wazza gets a goal off the bench here. If you want to have fun, I'd recommend him. If not, stay away. The next card I want to really talk about though is Roy Keane. I feel like Roy Keane's underrated on this game. Again, he hasn't got the agility, he hasn't got the balance, but as we go down one here, but his passing's phenomenal, and going forward, I know he didn't score a goal for me this weekend, but he's a threat essentially, because with that passing ability and stuff, I'd highly recommend Roy Keane. Basically, if you want to hold in midfielder as well, he's so disciplined. Like a lot of my holding midfielders naturally push up anyway. Like when I had a Vieira or something, he'd always just end up running up the pitch and stuff like that. This Roy Keane is so. I don't even remember if he went up the pitch. Like he probably went up like, I don't know, once a game if that. Whereas Vieira was constantly up the pitch, and it does get annoying. And same with Frenkie de Jong, Team of the Year. But I'd highly recommend this Roy Keane. He's a fun card to use as well, especially at just holding. We get a free kick quite a way out here. We just work it around a bit into Roy, into Martial. Get a bit lucky here. Van Nistelrooy back to Martial, extremely lucky. And Van Nistelrooy gets a finesse shot to seal the game out 4-2. This team, if I remember correctly, caused me a few issues at times, but obviously I think this was the game we got another win from. Martial gets the ball into Ronaldo. Ronaldo, first time finish. Nice little goal. I was still playing my 4-4-2 tactics. Well, I played them all weekend. That's what I started with. But if I went like 2 up, I'd often drop back to like a balance 5 depth 4-2-3-1. The custom tactics I was using my 4-4-2 were like 7 depth, press on heavy touch. It was I wanted to basically, because the thing is with people on this game, they're often expecting you to not press and just everyone drop back. So if you do use press, a lot of people do get stunned, and they don't expect you to be pressing them as high as you do with the press on heavy touch. This was a nice little goal though. Van Nistelrooy, don't get me wrong, got a bit lucky, but the dribbling, that's what I'm on about. That game, that was a good gameplay. So the dribbling felt slick with Van Nistelrooy, but in a bad gameplay, it felt like a donkey, and that's a nice little goal again. Ronaldo to Valencia at the back post. Georgie Best, bit of power, fighting for the shirt. That's what I liked about this team. I don't know, something something was clicking with this team this weekend, and it was very, very fun to use. Even in rivals in the week, I was beating some top players with this team, and I don't know what it was. It was almost like, oh, I remember this game. This was the game I think first caused me a big issue. I might have even lost this. But yeah, oh yeah, it was as he gets a rebound goal. I wasn't happy about that on stream. We get a penalty with Van Nistelrooy. Stick it bottom bins as we make it 1-1. But then he got a nice little goal here, I think. A nice bit of work. But it's the first time finesse shot. And when he shot it, his body was like back to goal. We end up losing the game. So I think at this point we're like 14-1, if I'm not mistaken. I think, yeah, 14-1. We go 1-0 up against this guy. Ronaldo with the ball down the wing, just outside the boot. Everyone either expects you to go near post or sweaty there, so I thought we might as well just hit it. This team, lone Maldini prime, lone Ronaldinho prime, as we get a penalty in the 8th minute. We're going to stick it bottom bins, as per usual with Ruud van Nistelrooy, bottom left. This game as well, yeah. So I was 15-1 at this point, and let's just say I was a bit annoyed. I wasn't playing amazing, but as you can see, I'm 2 up. So you're probably thinking, no, wait. If I think I'm mistaken. I think it's the game after I lost. I'm not too sure. 3-0 up. Yeah, Ronaldo with the goal. Oh yeah, no. Why am I even thinking this game? I ended up skipping this because we win it 9-2. I believe. I was wrong. Is this game here? This was my opponent, which stunned me essentially. I went 2 up, I think, in this one as well. At one point, yeah, Ronaldo with the ball. That's what Ronaldo's strength on his team of the year card's ridiculous. Again, I'd say this. I think I've said this on my live streams before. Even if it's like July, June, yeah, if you have the chance to use his team of the year Ronaldo card, take it, because he's so good. He's the best player on the game. I prefer him to R9. But I think that's a bit of bullshit there, because I was watching watching a shot with Laurent Blanc, but he got it then. And then 3-1 up, you're thinking, 76th minute, you can't throw this away. Well, guess what? I can. 3-2. Just wait for it. 83rd minute, he wins the ball back from kick-off. Tackle, don't get the ball back. I tried to block it. My Rio slides. And then we end up going to penalties. Wayne Rooney, first penalty, saved. He has Heung-min Son, first penalty, saved. Igalo, Nigerian R9, goal. I remember this penalty sequence. Ben Yedder, denied. Rashford, goal. Just wait for it. I think it's my next penalty. I know the circle thing, but this is where it's got to change. Look where I'm aiming this. Look where I aim it. Yeah, as you can tell, it's downhill from here. He scores with Neymar. And I'm like, oh God. I score with Roy Keane, I believe. Yeah, I score with Roy Keane. This is for me to win the game. If I save it, sends me the wrong way. Up steps George Best. Bottom left. I should have seen from that original movement that he was going to go bottom left, but you know, my bad. And that's poor from me. This game. Oh, look at his first goal. I was in disbelief, to be honest. 1-0 down, 31st minute. We get the ball with Roy Keane. We play it to George Best. Into Ronaldo. There we go. We get a bit of luck back ourselves. So now you're thinking, all right, it's a draw. In terms of, if you want to talk about good goals scored, it's 0-0 at the time still. Bruno Fernandes, nice little turn. We make it 2-1. Now, this part, this is where it gets interesting. 87th minute. Look, all right, okay. He scores. Fair enough. He proceeds to shush me. Bearing in mind he was on drop back. Or such low depth. He had 10 behind the ball when it was a draw. When we were drawing. So, you know what? What do? We go up the other end and we bloody score on him again, don't we? Or do we? I don't remember. George Best with the ball. Into Ronaldo. Into Wayne Rooney. Drag back to George Best. George Best on the left. And we shush him back. That's what you get. That is the karma at the sweetest. I was on my stream at this point. I was so heated. I was hyped as hell because I exterminated him essentially, didn't I? That was that game. And then I sent him a message after or something because who shushes for a draw? Who shushes when you're drawing? I ended up putting quite a few behind the ball. I can't remember what I ended up using, but I put quite a few behind the ball. I'll admit that, but I was winning, and it was the 80th minute or something. But he decides to shush, so I think that's calm as we. This game, I was streaming and I got matched with Steve, who was also in my stream. Steve Matt, he's a good player. I played him at the Tottenham E-Prem. As we get the ball with Roy Keane on the edge, into Bruno into Nistelrooy. And he was rocking a bit of a strange thing. I wasn't really sure because it was quite attacking. He only really had Sissoko as the DM, from what I can remember. I can't even remember who else he had there, to be honest, or if he made a sub. But we get the ball with Ronaldo here. And like I said, that across-the-body shot with Ronaldo is so good. If you have the team near Ronaldo, do it, and Ronaldo just puts an nail in the coffin. 3-0, we get the win. Now this, Hercules Bryan now. He plays in E Divies. Very, very good player. I always matched him on Rivals before, to be honest, one time. He goes one up. Nice little goal, but it went through my defenders or something, through both of them. So it's a bit like, for God's sake. But you're probably thinking we're scoring it. No, we reworked the move. Now this goal was a nice passing goal in my opinion. Well, nice bit of play considering. Look how many he has behind the ball at this point. 11. We get the ball here with Roy Keane. Do a bit of dribbling. Now he's going to keep trying to cut off that pass inside, but then as soon as he goes to try and block off the Roy Keane run, I pass it inside. We get the nice move to Bruno, drag back, near post finish. Lovely goal, 1-1. We're back in it. CR7, heel to heel, penalty. Use the heel to heel. Use the heel to heel when you're going to drive forward. Pete, it is such a good skill move to use in my opinion, and it's effective. Who else to step up? Ruud van Nistelrooy. Where are we going? Bottom left. He reads it, but Yashin's too short. If he had Van der Sar, he would have probably saved that, but Ruud buries it into the bottom corner. Now, that David De Gea save. Oh my God. I moved the goalkeeper. I tried to do an offside trap, and I still, to this day, I looked it back on a stream. It looked offside to me, but maybe I'm judging it at the wrong point. But that David De Gea save, oh my God. And then we go into another tough game, to be honest. We had a tough bit of matchmaking, as I said, this weekend. That's back to back, all verified players, something like that. And I'm sure we played more, to be honest, if I'm not mistaken. As we get the ball into Ronaldo here, as it's 1-1. Now, I saw his goalkeeper movement starting to go to the right, so I just cut back onto Ronaldo's, to my left, his right. I just cut back onto Ronaldo's right foot and buried it near post. Nice little goal. Now this game, stunned. 1-0 down within 4 minutes. 10 minutes in, wow. Martial cutting in. Nice finesse shot. 2-0 down. I thought at this point, not this, man. If I concede another, I'm leaving. But upsets Ruud. Left foot. I'll tell you what, that 4-star weak foot, you can trust it with Ruud. Ronaldo being Ronaldo. Get a bit of luck. Ruud van Nistelrooy there to score the scrappy goals. We take that. 33rd minute now. Very, very entertaining game, to be honest. We both weren't it seemed like we were sitting back at the time. Probably a good game to watch on stream as I make it 3-2. We get into Ruud. Again, scrappy goal. But it's one of them where if you take the shot, you know you're going to get the rebound. You just got to try and you got to test your luck essentially. As Ronaldo with a nice little turn, near post finish on the left foot. Now, this team near Ronaldo, man, I can never get rid of him. I don't think. Even if I do a past present team where he's not going to be involved, I don't know if I can get rid of him. My next one involves him though, and it's going to be a nice team. I've already planned it out. And then the one after that, I'm going to probably include him as well. Maybe even the one after that. We'll see. But we go 4-1 up here as we make it 5-1. Like I said, skip some goals. pointless showing you really at all because I just battered him, to be honest. We come across a nice team here though, a very, very nice team, with Eusebio and Red Messi. I think he had Cruyff as well, if I'm not mistaken. But we go 1-0 up into George Best. George Best to CR7. Another kind of scrappy goal, but you got to take it at this point. Nice little finish there with Ronaldo. 3-0, get the rage quit. Look at this for a team though. Wow, I'm pretty sure he was on... I think this guy was like 25-3, 26-3 or something I could see on Champs channel or something like that. But we go 1-0 up. We get the ball out of Valencia. A bit of play, you know. He's still pretty deep considering he's one down. We work it in. Back to Bruno. Get a bit of luck, to be honest. But into Bruno again. Get more luck. Into Nistroy. In with the finesse shot into the corner. Lovely. But he actually gets a goal here of R9. I knew exactly what he was going to do. As you can see, my Laurent Blanc tried to come across. But nothing happened. We get the ball here with CR7. Nice little finish. 3-1 at this point. With George Best on the wing now. Into Roy Keane. Into Nistelrooy. Into CR7. We'll make it 5-2. That's game over. But as I was saying earlier though, I do want to touch a bit more on the Bruno, because the player of the month Bruno is like 700k. If you want to try him before you use him, or even then, I'd probably just end up, if you want Bruno, just buy his bloody card on the market. What is it? Winter Refresh? Because that Winter Refresh card, I very much enjoyed this weekend. As you'll probably see, he's involved in a lot of the goals. Like that, the vision there, because most people probably would have just shot that. I pass it across just to get this guaranteed goal. And we're back in it at 2-1, back in the lead even. As you make it 3-1 with Nistelrooy on the left foot again. And this is where I think someone said we match Fuji. I think this was against him. Someone in my stream said I matched him, or that was him. We go 1-0 up though. No, we go 1-0 down even. Now the gameplay this game was so bad, but I moved David De Gea there just in hope he would. I honestly thought he was going to sweaty it, but it played into my favour, to be honest. I messaged him after, and apparently the gameplay was just as bad for him, but at one point he had like, it seemed like he had like 10 or however many behind the ball when we were drawing it at first. I mean, I don't blame him, to be honest. Like I say though, you got to hate the game, not the player. I mean, he might have been on balance and his depth just be super or lower. Even at 4 depth, your team looks like it's on drop back and stuff on this game. They really need to fix that, to be honest. But we get the win there. A bit of a lucky win, to be honest. I felt like in terms of chances created, he deserved it. But this was the game for 28-2. For top 100. His goalkeeper messes up. I get a bit of luck. Into Ronaldo, a bit of composure, because if I was to play it to Nistelrooy... Actually, Nistelrooy wouldn't have been offside, would he? Regardless, we get the goal. 45th minute now. We get it with Ronaldo on the edge of the box. Nice little bit of work into Nistelrooy. Nice little turn. Bang, near post. 2-0. And as you can probably tell, we end up winning the game. Weekend League, though, I'm disappointed to say, despite getting 28-2, we didn't get top 100. Didn't get top 100, but 28-2 with this team is pretty impressive. But it was also very fun to use. That's the main thing. Very fun weekend. And yeah, I mean, I was still taking an Elite 1 finish, as you'll see here. We finished 90th in Europe. Not too bad considering we're using a Man United team. But if you did enjoy the video, do leave a like. Comment any past, present teams you want me to use. Subscribe if you are new, and I'll hopefully catch you guys in my streams. If not, I'll catch you for rewards.